Sit back and relax and get ready for another exclusive episode of the Online Marketing Secrets Podcast with Lopaze.
This episode is sponsored by FindFlightsAndHotels.com. Looking for the perfect summer vacation destination for you and your family? FindFlightsAndHotels.com has got you covered. From tropical beaches to cultural adventures, our brand new travel website is your one-stop shop for booking the unforgettable family vacation you've been dreaming of. Discover amazing deals, top-rated accommodations, and unbeatable flight options all in one place. Say goodbye to stress and hello to endless fun in the sun. Don't miss out on creating cherished memories with your loved ones this summer. Visit FindFlightsAndHotels.com now and start planning the getaway of a lifetime.
Go get it on Amazon.com July 3rd. It's going to drop. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. If you're in social media, getting people to come to your website, getting people to check out what you have to offer online. Maybe you're a professional, maybe you're just a startup, maybe you're somebody that have experience, but you want to know how to take your content and scale to the next level. This book is evergreen. This book, the tactics, principles in this book, it'll be the same for the next probably 20, 30, 40 years. Because the principles in this book is not dependent on the market, the tech, the algorithm. It's not dependent on none of that. Not dependent on what's going on out in the economy. No, these principles and tactics and strategies that I talk about are going to be around for a long time. It's never going to change, and I've never seen anybody write a book like this before. I've never seen a book written like this before. I never read a book that's talked about before like in this book. So if you want to learn how to dominate social media, this is it. If you want to know how to scale your content and take it to the next level, this is it on Amazon.com. The Cockroach marketer. This is it right here, baby. This is the last book you ever have to buy from anybody. Because I have not seen, let me tell you something. I've read a lot of people's books. I have not seen any book written like mine. And I've sat on this book for 10 years. 10 years before I released it. 10 years before I released it. I haven't seen anything like it. There's nothing like it. Even the title will catch you off guard. The Cockroach Marketer. That'll catch you off guard. That'll make you stop in your tracks. So I'm just saying. How old are you? I'm in my 50s. How old are you? I'm in my 50s. Gabrielle, that's probably East Indian. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good, Yeah, how you doing? Good evening. Good afternoon or good evening. Where you probably at? It's probably evening where you at. I'm on the East Coast. So it's good evening for me, It's just after 4 for me. Yeah, well, most people at is probably nighttime. But I'm on the East Coast in the United States of America. Bruh. What's up, bruh? What's up, bruh? Yeah, smash the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. Hit the like button and share the video. You good? All right, man. That's good. That's fantastic. That's fantastic, man. You know, here's the deal. There's a lot of people online that's not utilizing social media. They're just, trolling and having fun and doing all that shit or whatever. Now, all that's cool and everything, but I don't do any of that stuff. I'm never on social media just to be there. As a matter of fact, if it was up to me, if I was rich, had tons of money, I probably would never be on social media because I wouldn't need it. Because I would use other platforms with more impact and probably a bigger audience. If it was up to me, if I had tons of money, right? But that's not the case. So I always looked at social media like, okay, how can I make money on these platforms even while I'm asleep at night? Now, there's more than one way to do that. There's more than one platform to do that. I think we know that. We might not know anything else, but there's a lot of platforms, social media platforms online. But I always looked at it like, how can I make money from this? How can I make money while I'm working a full-time job? That's how I looked at it. I looked at it like that 20 years ago. Because I'm working 50 hours a week at the time. So whatever this has to work for me. I can't hire anybody to do anything at the time. So this has to work for me. I'm working 50 hours a week. I'm sending emails from my cell phone at the time. When people would respond to my phone calls that I had, my messages, I would return the phone calls at work. I would reply to the emails at work. That's the best I could do at the time. I couldn't hire anybody. Now, my videos at the time was on autopilot. My videos were on autopilot at the time. My 800 calls were on autopilot at the time. And I had ads in newspapers at the time. They were on autopilot. I had Google ads at the time. They were on autopilot, right? So that's the best I could do with that. And that's great. That's how it's supposed to be. So at the time, I was involved in the direct sales at the time. And when people would respond to my videos or my ads, I would tell people, hey, sign out this form and I'm going to send you a booklet in the mail. And that's what I did. I would send them a booklet in the mail, their home address at the time. This is not like an email I'm sending them. I would send them a booklet in the mail, their home address, and I would educate people on what I could do to help them at the time. And it worked. I got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to respond to what I had to offer because I actually cared about them and I wanted to help them because I was having the same problem they were having. I had the problem first, so I knew how the people felt. So we could relate to each other, and they could feel where I was coming from, just like I could feel where they was coming from. And a small percentage of those people ended up being in my membership website. So there's a membership I had. See, at the time, I had a membership that was like I think $47 a month, something like that. I think $27 a month, $47 a month. I don't remember the exact price, but it was cheap. It wasn't a lot of money, you know. And they would get involved in my membership site, and I would educate people on what it takes to be successful online and to be successful in direct sales at the time. So I had, I don't know, probably at least over 100 people that subscribed to my membership. They became a part of my membership. So every month we would meet up twice a month on the telephone. This ain't on no, this is before Zoom, before any of these other video software companies. We meet up on the cell phone twice a month, right? I would call like a they call it a telecom number. Everybody would call it the 800 number, and they would listen they would listen to what I had to say. And once I was done with what I wanted to talk about, then I would take questions, and I would help people one by one. And I wouldn't leave and get off the phone until all the questions was done. I did that for like a year and a half. And that was great, you know, until the company I was involved with ended up shutting down. So I just ended the membership because there was no need, you know. So that was my first experience of making money online, basically, because, like I said, it was a membership site it was a membership that I had at the time, and every month people would pay. What I think, like I said, I think it was $27 a month or $47 a month. Every month, it would be billed to their credit card every month. You know, so regardless of, you know, if I didn't get up in the morning, somebody's credit card was being billed for that month. You know, so that was my version of making money while you sleep. You know, now there's some people, you know, they make money with TikTok today, you know, and there's a lot of people that probably make money back in the day with editing videos. There's a lot of things, you know, people used to say there's more than one way to skin a cat. Yeah, so that's true. You know, I always say, take what you got and use to the best of your ability as far as your skills, and find a way to make a living. You know, it sounds simple. It's not. It can be a challenge at times, but it's really that simple. Just take what you already know how to do and find a way to make a living doing it. Now, some people will say, "Well, I don't know how to do shit. I don't got no skills." Well, you're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn something brand new for a change. That's how that is. If you don't know how to do anything, well, you gotta learn how to do something. You know, that's how you beat the 9-to-5 trap. That's how you. That's the only way you're gonna learn how to make more money. Take what you already know how to do and figure out how to double it, triple it, scale it, take it to the next level. That's the only way. You know, the only way I've been able to maintain out in this crazy, beautiful world is to have more than one income. That's the only way. You know, that's really it. Really, you know, having them depending on one income is a recipe for a disaster, in my opinion. You know, and when I talk to people a new person or old person or seasoned person that's online, I ask them questions about, I want to know who they are, what they do, how much experiences they have, if any, because I'm trying to see how I can help them to the best of my ability. That's where I start from, really. It's not really about what's online and what's available. It's really about how do you take what you got and get in front of the right people and get the most exposure as much and as fast as you can get. Really, that's what it's really all about. That's why I don't really get caught up in the what app you use and what website you use, or I don't get caught up in the celebrities and all that stuff or whatever, because I'm not a celebrity. I'm just a guy that have figured out how to do some uncommon shit. That's all I am. And you don't have to be a celebrity in order to do something big. You don't have to be famous. You don't gotta be rich. You don't gotta be a celebrity. All you have to do is be consistent over time, and you have a major breakthrough at some point. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but if you stay in it long enough, eventually something is gonna bam. It's gonna take off. It's gonna shoot off. A video might shoot off. A blog post might shoot off. That's usually what happens. That's been my experience. You stay in it long enough, you stay in the game long enough, at some point, something is going to shoot off. It's going to take off when you least expect. Bam! And you be like, oh shit! And you be like, you go check your account and be like, yo, my damn video got 10,000 views. You be like, oh shit. It be like that. My blog post got 5,000 views. And people are sharing it, and it's going, and it's going, and it's going, and going. You be like, oh shit. The journalist from NBC saw my blog post, and they want to get an interview with me. It be just like that. And all that hard work you done for the past year or two or 5 years starting to pay off because you stayed in the game long enough. You were consistent. You didn't give up. You never quit. And that's what this book is all about. That's what this book is all about right here. Never give up. Never give up the fight. Never give up. It's on Amazon.com. It's going to be out July the 3rd. July the 3rd. You gotta, anything that you do, you have to be consistent. And you have to be, you don't necessarily gotta be disciplined. But you gotta be consistent. Because sometimes I fall off too. But then I get back up. I'll be like, okay, it's time to get back at it now. I'm not gonna fall off too far though. I ain't gonna fall off too far. When I fall off a little bit, I'll be like, oh, let's go. It's time to get back. It's time to get back to it, baby. That's how it is. That's how it is, man. Yeah. But hey, that's pretty much all I had to say today. Like, share this video. Anything I can do to help you out, leave your comment below the video. And don't forget to go get this book. Don't forget to go get this book. You can pre-order. Don't forget. anything I can do to help you as far as social media, blogging, getting more exposure online, let me know. I'll work with you one-on-one. So share this episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.